Or you could just have dogs take bites out of your beard.
Dude, a pit bull, I kid you not, this is a true story, took a bite out of my beard. I had a clump of my beard hair in my hand after this pit bull tried to bite me in the face. But my ninja reflexes saved my face, and my beard laid down its life for my face.
Your beard did lay down its life for your face.
That's a true story. What's the best thing that happened to you this week?
I got to love on a new little puppy yesterday.
What's the longest word you know?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
How predictable was that? What was your favorite birthday or Christmas present? She's married, so she has to process that side of this question.
My best Christmas present was Asher.
Aww.
Hey guys, welcome to Go HQ. I'm Amanda Radford here, and we're going to kick off another podcast for you today. I've got Brandon Rahe sitting here with me today, and we're going to talk to you about 3 things to bring to your workout. So, let's kick it off.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Before we get into those 3 things, I want to preface a little something about podcasts that we do here in general. We get some good feedback from people in the gym. We get requests for topics. A lot of people want to see exercise demos, like, oh, you should talk about how to perform a squat or how to do a pull-up or how to do a stretch and whatever. Well, so I just want to touch on that topic for a quick second before we get into today's topic. Part of the reason we do these podcasts, or at least behind my reasonings for doing these podcasts, is that when we're in the gym, we're doing fitness, right? That's when we're showing you how to do exercises and stretches and doing whatever. We're taking care of the physical side of this. But what we may not get into during your workout, because obviously we're trying to work out, is in-depth conversations about kind of maybe the mental side of training, the emotional side of training and fitness and health and wellness. We may touch on it, and especially in a one-on-one environment, but maybe you're working with us in a small group or fit camp. We don't get into these conversations because, you know, there's 20 people around, and, you know, we can't get into these heart-to-heart conversations about key things for you as an individual. Some of you that train with us in a one-on-one environment probably feel a little differently because you do get into these topics. So these podcasts help us as coaches deal with issues that we see on a daily basis here in-house at Go headquarters. We aren't filming these for the masses. We aren't hoping to get 1 million views out of these things. We're trying to make more sense of it is what we do day in and day out, like here for our community, our members, our coaches, and our relationships in that context, if that makes sense. So we appreciate all your feedback for sure, and we would love to do like how-to videos, but ultimately that's just not the main purpose of these podcasts, because that's what you're here for, right? Training, and you've got 24/7, 365 to practice the things we have shown you, and that's actually part of what we're talking about today as a topic. So.
Okay.
That being said, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about 3 things to bring to your workout. So let's hit on the first one.
Underwear.
Number 3. Yes. 100%.
Deodorant.
Yes. Shoes, optional?
Yeah, but we've got guys like Kemper, no shoes.
Yeah.
Mark the other night didn't have shoes.
Sports bras?
Okay. All right, moving on.
Number 3, we're going to talk about increased capacity. So touch on that for me.
Okay, so obviously we're not talking about workout gear, right? We're going to talk about bigger issues, a little more philosophical, kind of the mental side of this, as opposed to what equipment to bring to the workout. So increased capacity, what do we mean by increased capacity, and how the heck do you bring it to a workout? Well, when we're working with our clients, right, we typically have homework assignments for them in some way, shape, or form. If we recognize somebody is really lacking in mobility in certain ways, in their hips or hamstrings or low back, we're probably having conversations about that. And we're showing them moves and postures and positions to get into. And we say, like, let's say we see that individual on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for instance. We're clearly going to tell them, hey, tomorrow make sure you go through those stretches and do your assignment for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Mm-hmm. That is a chance to increase your capacity, right? If you limber up on your days off, that allows us to do better work on the days you are in here. Does that make sense? So that's one example of mobility. 2 other main topics I would touch on would be nutrition and rest. So if you come into a workout on a Monday morning and you're hungover from a weekend, you didn't sleep good, you were at a wedding, you drank too much, you ate like crap, blah, blah, blah. How much are we gonna get out of you for that workout on a Monday morning? Right? Questionable at best. You're just like in survival mode. You're not thriving. You're not, you're just like grinding it out. So that's not too fun. That kind of ties our hands a little bit as trainers. And it's tying your body and mind up on like not enjoying the process of fitness. So any chance you get to eat better, get a really good night's rest, try to de-stress, and do your homework assignments to help increase the ability of what it is we can do in here with you, that's how we're gonna help get the best out of you. So you guys need to help us do that by doing those extra assignments. So that's what we mean by increase your capacity when you're coming in the door.
Yep, very good. So our second point is gonna be willingness to work. So, how do you feel about that?
Okay, so you're coming in, you're doing you're about to do a workout with your coach. What are you expecting? Well, hopefully you're expecting to work hard, right? You know your trainer is going to put you through your paces. They're going to want to test your abilities. They want to see what you're made of. And really it takes some adversity to improve, I think. If we just stick to things that you're already good at, you can already do perfectly, well, how much are you really benefiting from those things, right? We need to kind of step out of that bubble and do some hard work that tests you, makes you uncomfortable. But if you walking in the door aren't willing to accept that and receive that from your coach, and you aren't willing to put yourself through that day psychologically, reevaluate. As you're, if you need to sit in the parking lot in the car just to get your mind right before you walk in, and you need to like leave some of the outside world out there, right? Your work, your job stress, your home stress, your financial stress, whatever it may be, like check that stuff at the door along with your ego and come in here and like put yourself through the paces. So just being willing to work hard. We definitely get a lot of kickback, I think. I'm sure you see this too, where like you're wanting somebody to go faster on something that they're safe and fine to do, and they just aren't putting out. They just don't feel like working hard, and
they can.
So that's just a mindset. So get your mind right, be ready to work hard. That's it.
Touche. Last point, attitude.
Boom.
There you have lots to say on that.
Yeah, I'll try to be brief on the attitude thing. So this builds on the second point of willingness to work hard, right?
Yeah.
That is an attitude in itself. But having a positive mindset, getting rid of excuses before you come in the door. If you come in the door and you're like, oh, I'm tired, my back hurts, my wrist is uncomfortable doing front squats, and you just have this whiny, excuse-ridden attitude, like nobody cares. One of my favorite programmers, a guy named Pat Sherwood, he has a shirt that says, stop whining, nobody's listening, or nobody cares, keep going, or something to that effect. And I love that because that rings so true for me as a coach anyway. Like, I want to cater to what's going legitimately wrong with your body, but most of what we hear every day, it's just you're uncomfortable. It's not that you're injured. It's not that anything is legitimately wrong. You're uncomfortable, and that is a mindset, getting past that uncomfortable situation and being able to push through. And this just comes down to attitude. Like we said before, willing to work hard, have a positive mindset, be willing to just go head down, eyes forward, do work, shut up, and like execute, That's it. Otherwise, I'm going to just go on a rampage and a soapbox on the mindset thing. Like, we as trainers, we hear all the time when we demonstrate a move, right? Clients will be like, "Oh, you made that look so easy," and they get into a position and they're like, "Oh, wait, my blank, my wrist, my ankle, my knee, and they have this rap sheet of what's uncomfortable in the moment.
Of course it is.
Like, we're uncomfortable. We are either shutting up and just doing it anyway and going through the motions or whatever. So like, we would love to see more of that out of you guys as athletes here at Go Headquarters. Obviously, if something's wrong and something's injured, of course, speak up. We need to address that. That being said, if you're just uncomfortable, do the work, get lower in your squat, do what it takes. But again, that comes back all the way to number 3 on our list, which was increase your capacity, right? If you know front squats are uncomfortable on your wrists and elbows, and we've talked to you about, hey, here, 5 stretches we want you to do to work on wrist, shoulder mobility to be more comfortable in the position, but you never do those homework assignments, our hands are tied. Like, we've asked you to stretch out so that we can get better at that move. Like, how much time are we gonna spend on that one exercise for you? Like, we don't wanna sit there and beat it to death 3 hours a week, like on our time, on your money and your training hours, you know? So like, that's stuff you can do at home on your own.
Yep.
So all of this flows together really, really well, I think. You know, increased work capacity, willingness to work hard, and coming with the right attitude.
Yep.
That'll help get you the most out of your workouts, and definitely the most out of your time with one of the trainers that's here to help motivate you and push you harder than you would push yourself. Do the easy stuff on the off days.
Yep. Agreed. I
What do you
like
think?
it. Another podcast down. Y'all have a good week.
See you next
And
time.
we're out.
Guys, this is serious. I get a lot of questions about how to flex your bicep, so I'm gonna show you one exercise on how to pump up your bicep, okay? Check it out. Thumb. That's it, pump it up, baby.
Ridiculous.